All right, let's call this meeting of the West Allis West Milwaukee School District to order, please. If we could please rise for the pledge, and Mr. Keller, would you please lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Suzette, could you roll call, please?
Ms. Klug.
Here.
Mr. Sikic.
Present.
Mr. Keller.
Here.
Mrs. Justa.
Here.
Mr. Ustra.
Here.
Mr. Schultz.
Present.
Mr. Lee.
Here.
Mr. Bailey.
Present.
And President Emmons.
Here. Proper notice of this meeting has been posted in accordance with the open meeting laws of the state of Wisconsin. Do we have any additions or modifications to tonight's agenda?
I have none.
Okay. Move on then to public comments. And so then we will move, no public comments this evening, so we will then move on to item 7, the superintendent's report.
Great.
Dr. Lessman.
Thank you. So the first item, 7.1, report from Nathan Hale High School student representatives. So welcome, and introduce yourselves to the board and the people watching, and share your report.
Hi, my name's Nick Powers. I'm a senior at Nathan Hale.
Hi, my name is Shakira Buford. I'm a junior, and I participate in marching band, HOSA, and student council.
First off, we have the PTSA Craft Fair. We held our annual Nathan Hale Craft Fair Saturday, November 2nd from 9 to 3 p.m. We once again had a sold-out fair with 177 crafters to sell their fine items. There was a bake sale along with breakfast and lunch items available as well, so people came and spent the day. Over 1,500 people came through the door. This is our main school fundraiser for PTSA and Friends of Music, with all proceeds over $10,000 now going to help fund student programs, scholarships, teacher classroom grants, and fine arts needs. Leadership Conference opportunities. On Friday, November 22nd, 12 student athlete leaders recommended by their coaches participated in the Greater Metro Conference Leadership Summit, which we hosted at Nathan Hale this year. Speakers that presented to the group included Kyle Racletz, UWM head women's basketball coach, Catherine Adamick, two-time Olympic speed skating medalist and performance coach, Bill Carollo, retired NFL referee and NCAA coordinator of football officials for the Big Ten Conference, and Lee Taft, athletic consultant and author of the book 7 Points to a Champion Attitude. This program provided these student leaders with the skills and tools necessary to become great leaders and to help ensure that our teams have significant seasons. Then last week, December 4th, 14 Nathan Hale students were selected to participate in a leadership conference at Carroll University sponsored by Jostens and led by motivational speaker Mike Smith on taking culture and climate to the next level in our school. Over 1,200 students representing approximately 50 schools from all over southeast Wisconsin were present. It was a great day to learn, share, and come back with great ideas to implement. This team is now part of our student PBIS team, putting their ideas into action. Nathan Hale gives back. Nathan Hale students and staff conducted our annual Thanksgiving holiday food drive benefiting the Mother of Perpetual Help Church, formerly Immaculate Heart of Mary Church, Food Bank in West Allis. Nathan Hale collected over 2,000 items and $125 worth of grocery gift cards for Thanksgiving turkeys and other perishable items. This school-wide event was led by our freshman and sophomore council members. Last week, school counselor Ms. Anthony took a group of students from Hale's African American Youth Initiative group to Jefferson Elementary School to read with students, assist in classrooms, and most importantly, establish some positive relationships with our younger students in the district. This was an amazing experience. The students had a great time, and the little ones really enjoyed having teenagers in their classrooms. They have scheduled to do this each month until the end of the school year. Back in November, the prenatal to birth, family, and consumer education classes conducted 2 events, a school-wide children's book drive that brought in over 400 books for Children's Hospital Community Services, which supports children in foster care, and they also created little costumes to decorate the cribs of infants in the neonatal intensive care unit at Aurora Hospital here in West Allis. Now through next week, our National Honor Society organization is heading to Target with the donated items going to the children in our local WAWM elementary schools. And finally, Hale's holiday giving will continue with participation in the WAWM Recreation Department sponsored annual holiday shopping experience for our elementary students at Target this Saturday. Over 200 of our Nathan Hale students and staff in various athletic and activity groups will assist our West Dallas, West Milwaukee families as Santa's helpers to find special gifts for Christmas, while our orchestra students will add to the event by providing festive holiday music as families wait in line to begin their shopping experience.
On the sports team, the men's cross-country team finished 15th in the state of Wisconsin last month. Josh Truchon finished 4th place out of 190 Division I runners and 7,000 statewide, and earned a spot on the podium. He capped a great season, which included him winning 6 invitationals and setting a new school record for 15 minutes and 32 seconds. Our second runner, Liam Kelly, finished his senior year with the best race of his career, finishing 54th overall in a time of 16 minutes and 45 seconds. Cole Consul and Joseph Hurdle came in as our third and fourth men, both running lifetime best on the state course. Rounding out for the scoring was Matthew Keys, who improved 18 spots from last year. Congratulations to the entire team for contributing to this year's success. Congratulations to the Waves girls varsity divers for their outstanding success at the sectionals meet in November, resulting in senior Ashlyn Hill Morani earning her way to the state competition. She scored a new personal best with 413.15 points, which also is a new school and wave team record. Ashlyn then made the finals at state and took 14th place out of 24 divers. Nathan Hale Performing Arts. Congratulations to the cast, crew, and the pit of the Central and Hale musical production of Tuck Everlasting on an astounding performance. What a talented group of actors and musicians we have at our 2 high schools. Auditions for the cast of the Winter Hale and Central musical Little Shop of Horrors have already occurred, and rehearsals for February for the second 2 weekends production is underway. The fine arts students and directors were busy this past weekend as they participated in the West Dallas holiday event, including the Nathan Hale Choir performing at the City Hall tree lighting, student artwork being displayed in the City Hall community room, and the Marching Huskies performing in the Christmas parade. All did a wonderful job. This leads into the winter music concerts in the week approaching this holiday. The orchestras will kick off the holiday season this week, Thursday at 7 p.m., followed by the choir next Monday at 7 p.m., and our winter band concert after the holidays, January 8th at 7 p.m. We hope to see you there. Have a wonderful holiday, and we will see you in the 2020.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
nice,
you.
thank you.
Enjoy your holiday break and then getting into the season and everything else, so good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll go on to 7.2, the legislative update. Just an update on general school aid amounts. So the Legislative Fiscal Bureau released the 1920 general school aid amounts. According to the memo for the 1920 school year, 399 of the 421 school districts in the state are eligible for its $4,687,000,000.7 in equalized aid. So 25 districts are eligible for 46.7 million in integration aid, and 61 districts are eligible for $5 million in special adjustment aid. And compared to the prior year, 345 districts will receive positive year aid adjustments, 20 will receive negative prior year aid adjustments, and 55 will receive no prior year aid adjustment. So for the 1920 school year, over 16.8 million will be appropriated for high poverty aid from the general fund. And the numbers below show how that impacts us, and it came in exactly as we had projected in the budget that the board approved back in October. And then 7.3, district recognitions. At Central High School, thanks to Jerry Falk and the Knights of Columbus in West Dallas for donating their outdoor sign to Central. Also thanks to Social Studies teacher and Rotary Club advisor David Owens for coordinating the effort. Innovation coach Angela Gerlowski helped design the new sign. And Dean of Students Sean Hernandez, Assistant Principal Brian Summerfield, and Mayor Dan Devine helped arrange the permits and installation. And it looks great out in front of Central. At Walker Elementary School, Student Council, along with their teacher advisor, Jane Robinson and Patty Kurtz, formed a partnership with Together We Rise. Students raised money to buy children in foster care birthday boxes. They'll be decorating the boxes and filling them with little gifts. Each birthday box will include a personalized card that is made by a student council member. Once the boxes are made, they'll be delivered to a local foster care facility. Also at Walker, Student Council invited veterans and honored them with a Veterans Day parade. Students greeted guests at the door, thanked them for their service, and presented them with a hero cape they made. Veterans were escorted through the parade and then taken to different classrooms where teachers and students had planned activities. Some classes sang songs, others had question-answer sessions, and some made special treats for the veterans. So it was truly an honor at Walker to meet all of the veterans. At Wilson Elementary School earlier this year, Wilson Elementary School received a grant from Delta Dental for a water bottle filling station on the first floor of the school. And thanks to the generous donation of a former Wilson family, owners of NNS Towing, Wilson will receive 2 more water bottle filling stations for the second and third floor. So Wilson is doing their part to eliminate waste and stay hydrated. And in communication and community relations, our friends at Village of Manor Park hosted 4th grade students from Horace Mann Elementary School at their Kid to Kid Toy Drive event this year. Our friends at Grace Community Church donated mittens and gloves for distributions at our schools. And over 280 staff contributed $11,900 to United Way, with $5,400 earmarked for the Education Foundation Teacher Grant Program. So we congratulate everybody and thank staff for contributing to the United Way. And then in 7.4, just some updates and information items. So there were no public comments on November 25th, our last meeting, so there's nothing to follow up there. I want to do a personal kind of shout out and thanks to the mayor, Mayor Dan Devine, for inviting me to participate in coffee with the mayor, and Christine was there this morning. He reached out, and since he was hosting it here at Vita Coffee downstairs, he said, why don't you join me and you can talk about the progress you're making in the school system. And so I think it was well received. So folks getting the key messages that we're where we need to be financially, and have made really good gains in achievement. And also, and Christine, we just debriefed a little bit, I tested a little bit of where we're going in facilities, and it certainly came up. And one guy asked a question directly about Central. He said, I think it's past its useful lifetime. And the mayor said, did you plant him in here? But it was an opportunity to start to foreshadow where we're going, and even that there's a referendum coming, and there was no objection or concern about that. It's just, I think there's acknowledging we have old buildings and we're trying to do new things in old classrooms, and we're hitting kind of the point at which life expectancy is ending in some of our buildings. But again, it really is, I appreciate the mayor just reaching out. In the calendar survey, and we'll bring the 2021 calendar for board action next week. But I just thought for the public to hear a little bit about the survey results, because when we ask people to give feedback, it's important that they understand kind of, okay, what did the feedback say and how are we using it? So when we combined parents and staff together, it showed that there was 55.6% preferred option A. That's the spring break the week before Easter, right? And then 46.1% supported the 3 additional planning days for elementary school teachers. But what's interesting, the no support and the no preference were about the same. So no preference was 26.4%. So I kind of think of that as, and I'm going to split that in half, and kind of half leaning yes and half leaning no. So we think there's support for that. So we're building a calendar that includes 3 additional days. Where we're landing them is going to be on Wednesdays. And the reason we're choosing Wednesdays is we're a little bit worried about the impact on student and teacher attendance. So if it becomes another long weekend, or if we attach it to where we have 2 days of PD and then another planning day for elementary schools, we're going to have a negative impact on student attendance and possibly teacher attendance. So we're going to try it for the first year. There's 3 Wednesdays throughout the year that you'll see in the new version of the calendar for next year. And then at this time of year, as I've done each year since I joined our school district, and I started it at my first year just as a gesture, and it's kind of become an expectation and a tradition. I go to every single elementary holiday Christmas concert. Jeff was at one at Pershing this morning. But the fun part of it really is when you see elementary students, and then you see middle school, and then you see high school, and the progress that gets made in the music program here is really evident. When you see the little ones trying it on after their first, few months of lessons, and when you watch the high school students, it really is impressive. And that concludes the superintendent's report.
Excellent, thank you. We'll move on to the board president's report, taking a look at the board calendar. So tonight's December 9th. We have a regular Board of Education meeting immediately following. We have our budget calendar workshop. And then once that is concluded, we will have a closed session meeting. On December 16th, starting at 6 PM, we have a regular Board of Education meeting, and immediately following that, we will have a closed session meeting. Winter break is Monday, December 23rd through Wednesday, January 1st, 2020, and then classes will resume on Thursday, January 2nd. Then the next regular scheduled Board of Education meeting is on Monday, January 13th at 6 PM. Do any board members have any community events? Bless you, Bill. Yeah, right there.
I was able to go see Frozen Junior this last week, and I have to say, I was very surprised at how well the students did. I had been a part of productions my entire life, and I kind of had my expectations set at what 6th through 8th graders should be able to do based on my experience, and I was completely blown away. I actually thought that some of the lead characters were high school students when I first started. To go back and look, wait a minute, who are these people? And so it was a really fantastic production. The sets and the costumes are also extremely well done. I was very impressed by all of that, so it was a great show, and I hope that you got an opportunity to see it, because now it's done. Also, one other thing, this Friday, well, I should say, December 13th and 20th, there will be a show for the West Allis Suburban Singers and the Sinfonia through the schools. We're going to be doing a concert at West Milwaukee Intermediate School, the Rachi Auditorium, at 7 p.m. There are tickets on sale for that. They are cheaper if you buy them beforehand than at the door. So I will be in attendance as a performer, so if you want to come and make fun of me, that's fine, as long as you come and attend. That's the most important thing. We're singing a lot of different Christmas songs, and we're going through Vivaldi's Gloria as well. So.
Heather?
December 27th, one of our alumni who graduated in 2018 is organizing a blood drive at City Hall as part of her college, preparing, getting ready for what she's going into. So that's December 27th. You can go on American Red Cross and you can register.
Okay. Is it on the city's website as well?
Yes.
Anyone else? I just want to say thank you to Mary Pat Michaels and to a couple student groups. So at Frank Lloyd Wright, we had our Barnes & Noble book fair yesterday at Brookfield Square, and Ms. Michaels always coordinates some student groups to come and perform at the bookstore. So I wanted to thank the FLW and Lane Pops Strings, the FLW Wildcat Voices, and the WAWM Shining Strings, and their families for being supportive and bringing their kids out to perform on a Sunday to the bookstore. But it was a really great event, and people would come by and be like, oh, listen to those high school kids perform. And it's like, oh, no, those are middle schoolers, same kind of thing. And they're like, wow, it's just how impressed everybody was. So a huge thank you to all of them as well. Jeff?
When you said Mary Pat Michaels, that just reminded me to give her a little shout out. I really appreciated the list of all the
Isn't that
schools
nice?
and concert times, so you don't have to go through and try to go to each one's website to find out about it.
Yeah, centralizing the information,
Yes.
right? Absolutely. Well, good, okay. Well, then we'll move on to the consent agenda. We have 3 items on the consent agenda this evening. Item 9.1, the approval of minutes from the November 25th, 2019 regular Board of Education meeting. Item 9.2, the employment summary, and item 9.3, the supplementary contracts. Does anyone need anything separated?
The supplementary, please.
Okay, 9.3 we will separate out. Does anyone need anything else separated? If
Move
not,
to
we would look a
approve.
motion on 9.1 and 9.2.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, we had motion and approval on, and second on 9.1 and 9.2. Any additional comments or questions? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, and then 9.3, we would look for a motion.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any additional comments or questions? Heather, are you recusing?
Yes,
No,
please.
okay. It's been moved and seconded. No additional comments or questions. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that passes. Okay, we're going to break. We're taking now
Yes.
Okay, we will take a quick 5-minute break to set up for the workshop. We are at recess.